Hello everyone, welcome to another video of Vinyl Addict. This is Chili, and today I'm going to rank the Led Zeppelin catalog, all their studio stuff, from not so great to great. But before that, please, just as a reminder, give me a thumbs up, hit the like button, comment on this video, and don't forget to share. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. So with that being said, let's start off with my number 9 pick. The first one I chose is Presence. This record has, no keyboard on it. It was just straight guitar, drums, bass, and vocals, and it was pretty much a Page and Plant thing. Plant was going through a lot of problems, being in an accident, and it's just, to me, there's some songs that just seem kind of like there's a couple of good rock songs on here, Achilles' Last Stand, of course, and Nobody's Fault But Mine, but for the most part, out of all their albums, this is my least favorite. So that's Presence at number 9. And not everyone's going to agree with this list that I have, but this is mine and how I feel, and I have my reasons, but to each their own, and so with that being said, I got the first album, the debut, at number 8, and I feel like this is a great album. Of course, this is a debut album. I always felt like they had a lot of, they're still kind of coming into their own, and some of the other stuff that they do later on in their career, where they're pretty much themselves, they're the hammer of the gods. I think that's where their best work is, but this was, of course, a great foundation. It was very blues. They're big fans of the blues, and so there's a lot of cover songs on here, some originals, Dazed and Confused, of course, being the track, and Communication Breakdown, but it wasn't enough for me to put it all the way up near the top. But it is a great, like I said, their worst album is better than a lot of people's best albums. So, but this is number 8, Led Zeppelin debut. And so next I have, for number 7, I got number 3. Now this is an album where they kind of went more folky, psychedelic folk, acoustic, and I kind of like that side of the band. And of course they had some rockers like Immigrant Song, but Friends, Tangerine, there's some great songs on here, Celebration Day. So this was a departure from, getting out of that kind of bluesy kind of thing that was, of them just emulating stuff. This is when they're really coming into their own, and, they took a left turn and went acoustic, and, went there, and I thought that was really cool. So there's my number 7. And number 6, In Through the Outdoor. This was the last album recorded, and then after that, Bonham, of course, passed away. Now this is very heavy on the synthesizers and the keyboards and the John Paul Jones influence here. Bonham and Page is really not present on this as far as the creative process. It was more of a Plant and John Paul Jones. Plant, of course, Page was going through a lot of heroin problems, and John Bonham was going through his alcoholism, and so these two kind of put it together. And I liked some of the songs on here that they were doing. Like I said, it's not very guitar driven, and Page and Plant and Bonham were promising that the next album was going to be more riff and back to basics kind of thing. But Fool in the Rain is a great song. They kind of delved into the whole samba beat and polyrhythms and all that kind of stuff. Different kind of interesting things. Carousel Alhambra is great. All of My Lovin' is good. It's not a bad album. It's just it's very diverse as far as things that they've done before, and I like that. They're just branching out and doing all kinds of different things, and so it kind of lacks, like the Presence album lacks with the other two people, Jones and Bonham not being present, and this kind of is not all there because the other two guys are not in there as a creative force altogether, because when they do, you know, stand back. So with that being said, I mean, this still is a great album. I liked it. Number 6, Into the Outdoor. Now, some say this is not an album, but it is a compilation of just odds and ends, but it's taken from, you know, different albums such as Into the Outdoor. You got Ozone Baby, Darlene, and Wearing and Tearing. That's all from the, you know, the album sessions of Into the Outdoor, but it's very guitar oriented, you know, and it's not. They said that because of time constraints, these songs didn't make it, but you know, they're good songs. I Can't Quit You Baby, this version, and We're Gonna Groove is from the Royal Albert Hall from the, you know, the 1969 or 1970 performance that's on the DVD, that great, you know, 1 hour performance that they put out there. Poor Tom is cool. And, you know, this really showcases Bonham too as a sort of just like a homage to him, like Bonzo's Montreux is really great. And so I put this in there as number 5. I think it held together from beginning to end, and it has a whole history of the band. So there's Coda. Now coming at number 4, we have The Houses of the Holy. This was again a big departure for the band. John Paul Jones has his moments here with No Quarter, but the Rain song, and of course the title track. The song remains the same. Every song on here is just really just explosive. Everything is kind of, you know, diverse. You got them hitting on reggae with Dia Maker. Some pronounce it Jamaica. But the only song I really didn't care much for is The Cringe, or The Crunge, right? Yeah. And that was like them on that little funk thing. And, but I did like, of course, Houses of the Holy is the name of the album, but that would be on another album. But The Ocean was great. I love The Ocean. And Over the Hills and Far Away, the Rain song. I mean, everything is here. As you can see, this is my 4th pick. Everything else coming up is just, you know, more and more, getting to the point where it's just all really great albums. Zeppelin 2, I put as number 3. Yes, they still had some of the kind of a blues things that they were doing and kind of doing some other people's songs, but the heaviness and just the way that they put this thing together, they you know, they're starting to do things like mellow songs like Ramble On. This, you know, they're giving you little hints of different things that they could do. Moby Dick, of course, and Heartbreaker. These cool riffs that Page is really starting to come up with. A whole lot of love. So this is I really think this, to me, this is like their real first album. It's really great. This is who they really are right now, and what it's like a preview of what you're gonna get more and more. There's gonna be like, you know, some of the old stuff, but then I'm gonna give you something new, and they keep on doing that. So this is the beginning of that. Zeppelin 2. Now there's it's number 3. So number 2, of course, is this one right here, with the 4 Symbols, the 4th album. You know, this is pretty much the song of the guitar anthem song of all time. One of them, Stairway to Heaven, is on here, of course. Black Dog. You know, this is just one of their great albums. It's up there, you know. Rock and Roll is on here. Misty Mountain Hop, you know. This is the album that, I mean, when I first heard it as a kid, and it was the drums that really kind of gravitated me to this band. Just, you know, the intensity and it's the power of John Bonham's drumming, especially on When the Levee Breaks. And, you know, it was just, I was hooked from that point on. And just, you know, the intro that he does on Rock and Roll, I was just like, wow, this is a great drummer, you know. And it seemed like everything else fell after that to me. It was just like, this is the drums. As a kid, I heard this as like, you know, a 6-year-old. I was just like, this used to be on, you know. I was just like, this is the album right here that introduced me to a great band. And of course, the number one is Physical Graffiti, the double album. This, what was an album that they said that had 8 songs that they came in here with, and the other 8 were songs from different sessions, from different albums, like Houses of the Holy was supposed to be on Houses of the Holy, but it wasn't, and stuff from the second and the first album, and they all ended up being reworked and finished and whatnot. But you got epic songs in here, like, of course, Kashmir, and of course, that's everyone is very into this album. It all comes together in this one. This is just like their peak of their powers, creatively and everything. You got songs like Trampled Underfoot, where, it's just that funk that they're going into, that direction, and it's just Black Country Woman. There's just all kinds of different things that are just so different, but it weaves all together perfectly. Down by the Seaside, The Rover, Custard Pie, every song on here is just like I'm listening to like a greatest best of compilation, but it's just not. It's just a great album by Led Zeppelin, and that's my number one choice. Comment below, what do you think? Do you think number one debut album should have been like near the front, near the top, or even Presence? Everyone has their different take on this, and there's no wrong list. That's just my list, and that's the truth, and I'm sticking to it. So go ahead, hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the like button again. Comment below, give me your comments on this. I want to know what you guys think of Zeppelin's ranking, and share this video. And if you still haven't, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.